Hello everyone, I'm Aratrika Bhaumik and I welcome you all to another episode of Courts Today, where we update you about all the significant legal developments that took place across the country today. We will begin with important developments from the Supreme Court and then cover High Courts and other lower courts. A Supreme Court bench comprising Justices U.U. Lalit, S. Ravinder Bhatt and Sudhashnu Dhulia commenced its sitting at 9:30 a.m. today, 1 hour before the regular sitting time of the benches. Senior Advocate Mukul Rohatgi, after appearing in the matter, lauded this time arrangement and commented that it is more convenient. In response, Justice Lalit remarked, "If our children can go to school at 7, why can't we come to court at 9? Justice Lalit, who was next in line to be the Chief Justice of India in August, said that this is an experiment and that he prefers to start early. The regular sitting hours at the Supreme Court are from 10:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. with 1 hour lunch break from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. BCCI has sought urgent listing of its plea in the Supreme Court, seeking permission to amend its constitution. The matter was mentioned by Senior Advocate P.S. Patwalia before the Chief Justice of India today, pursuant to which the Chief Justice said that he would try to list it next week. Based on the recommendations by retired Justice R.M. Lodha's committee, BCCI had drawn up its constitution, which mandated a 3-year cooling off period after 6 years in the position for an office bearer, at the state level or the BCCI. In the proposed amendment, BCCI has sought for the abolition of the cooling off period of office bearers like the Secretary and the President, which would enable the current President Sourav Ganguly and Secretary Jay Shah to continue in office despite them completing 6 years in their respective state associations. The Supreme Court today adjourned the hearing of the plea filed by the Central Bureau of Investigation challenging the order of the Kerala High Court, which had set aside the 60 days time limit imposed on the pre-arrest bail granted by the Sessions Court to former DGP C.B. Matthews in relation to the ISRO espionage case. The adjournment was granted in view of the request made by Additional Solicitor General S.V. Raju seeking directions for tagging the concerned petition with the petition filed by the central agency impugning the grant of anticipatory bail by the same High Court to 4 bureau officials. A bench comprising Justice A.M. Khanwilkar and J.B. Pardiwala directed the registry to list the pleas together on the next date of hearing, which is slated to take place on July 27th. A Delhi court today granted bail to co-founder of Alt News Mohammed Zubair in the Delhi FIR registered against him recently for allegedly hurting religious sentiments and promoting enmity through his tweet made in 2018. Additional Sessions Judge Devendra Kumar Jangala of Patiala House Court pronounced the order after reserving it yesterday. The bail is granted on the condition to furnish Rs 50,000 bond with one surety and not to leave the country without the permission of the court. Zubair had moved the Sessions Court after he was denied bail by Chief Metropolitan Magistrate Snigdha Sarvaria on July 2nd. He was arrested by the Delhi police on June 27th and has continued to be in custody since then. A Karnataka-based advocate has moved the Karnataka High Court seeking a direction to the state government to provide adequate security to Justice H.P. Sandesh, who recently made sensational revelations regarding transfer threats for slamming investigations carried out by the Anti-Corruption Bureau of the state in a case allegedly involving the Deputy Commissioner of Bangalore Urban District. Justice Sandesh had in his order dated July 11th recorded that he was given an indirect threat of transfer by a sitting judge during the farewell dinner function organized by the High Court to bid farewell to former Chief Justice Ritu Raj Avasthi on July 1st. The petition filed by Advocate Ramesh Naik L seeks constitution of a special investigation team under the supervision of the High Court to investigate the allegations levelled. Senior journalist G. Vipinan has approached the Kerala High Court challenging the steps taken to confer Indian Police Service (IPS) Kerala cadre to Abdul Rashid, retired superintendent of police, without considering his alleged criminal background. He is alleged that this is in violation of the Supreme Court decision in the state of MP and others versus Pravez Khan. Furthermore, it has been alleged that Rashid was in police custody for more than 90 days for an allegation of attempting to commit the murder of a journalist, Mr. Unnithan, and that several petitions challenging his discharge from the criminal case are still pending. The Kerala High Court today granted bail to Malayalam actor Srijit Ravi in a POCSO case registered against him for allegedly exhibiting nudity in front of children. After perusing the records and medical certificates and having regard to the fact that he has been in custody since last week, Justice Kurian Thomas allowed the bail application, noting that his continued detention was not warranted. However, the judge observed that the nature of the act committed by the petitioner called for conditions to be imposed on him to prevent reoccurrence of the same. The prosecution case is that on July 4th, the actor had flashed his private parts and proceeded to exhibit and caress them in front of two girls at a park, aged 9 and 14 respectively. The Madras High Court today disposed of a writ petition filed by actor Vijay challenging the order of the Commercial Tax Department directing the actor to pay penalty for non-payment of entry tax for a BMW X5 luxury car imported by him from the United States in 2005. The bench of Justice R. Suresh Kumar underscored that the penalty for non-payment of entry tax could be levied only from 29th January 2019, when a division bench of the High Court had directed that car importers were liable to pay entry tax. Thus, it was ruled that the penalty was to be calculated from the date of the order till the actual payment of the entry tax, and not from the date of actual import. The Karnataka High Court today rejected the application filed by Alliance of Digital India Foundation challenging the maintainability of Google India's plea to restrain the Competition Commission of India from divulging the company's confidential information to Alliance. Justice S.G. Pandit further extended the interim order passed earlier, restraining the Commission from divulging the information of the company available with it, and directed the Commission to file its objection to the petition within 2 weeks. The Karnataka High Court today rejected a petition filed questioning the decision of the Additional City Civil Court in Bangalore to first decide on the aspect of maintainability of the suit for permanent injunction, seeking to restrain the Malali Jummah Masjid authorities for dismantling the old structure of masjid said to be resembling a temple, before deciding on the application for appointment of a court commissioner to survey the masjid. Justice Sachin Shankar Magadam rejected the petition filed by T.A. Dhananjaya and B.A. Manoj Kumar, who had challenged the order of the trial court dated June 6. The trial court had passed the order while dismissing a memo filed by Dhananjaya urging the court to consider his interlocutory application seeking appointment of a court commissioner to survey the masjid. The Delhi High Court today reserved orders on a petition filed by a young unmarried woman in her 20s seeking permission for medical termination of about 24 weeks old pregnancy following a split up with her partner. The petitioner's pregnancy would complete 24 weeks on 18th of this month. A division bench comprising Chief Justice Satish Chandra Sharma and Justice Subramaniam Prasad, while reserving the order, suggested that the petitioner has passed significant period of the pregnancy duration and that she should consider delivering the child and giving it up for adoption. The observations come in the backdrop of the legal bar on termination of pregnancy after 20 weeks, except in certain circumstances specified under the Medical Termination of Pregnancy Amendment Act 2021. The Bombay High Court today granted bail to 72-year-old Satya Narayana Rani, arrested in 2009 for allegedly being a top Naxal operative and conspiring the attack on security personnel in Gadchiroli. On May 1, 2019, 15 security personnel from the Quick Response Team and 1 civilian were killed in an IED explosion attack in Gadchiroli. The case was subsequently transferred to the National Investigation Agency. Rani was arrested by the Gadchiroli police along with his wife Nirmala Upanganti and 6 others. Today, a division bench of Justices Revati Mohite and Vijay Bisht granted Rani bail. The bench had rapped the National Investigation Agency during the bail hearing for using evidence from another case to oppose bail granted to Rani. The Kerala High Court today authorized the investigating agency to collect the required evidence from the forensic laboratory while hearing its plea seeking another 3 weeks extension to conclude the investigation into the 2017 sexual assault case involving actor Dilip. Justice Kausar Edapagat asked the investigating officer to collect the mirror image of the memory card allegedly containing visuals of the crime by today and produce it before the trial court in a sealed cover by Monday. The memory card is a crucial piece of evidence in the ongoing trial in the 2017 case and has been marked as an exhibit before the trial court. Thank you. Keep watching Courts Today on LiveLaw for more updates.